Hey, so today we're going to make ourselves a perfect reload, active reload kind of system, similar to games like Gears of War, where if you hit the reload at the perfect time, you get yourself a little boost. And if you do like this video and Gears of War, consider buying this sweet ass Funko Pop with a link below. So we're going to be primarily making this on a user interface. So let's create ourselves a widget, which I'll call active reload underscore W. And let's bring that onto our screen. So, so what we want to do is start by creating ourselves a slider, a progress bar, sorry. And this will just be our reload bar for now. Just putting this loosely in the middle of our screen, and we can sort of see if we put that in, do you know how that's going to look. I'm not going to worry too much about the aesthetics of this for now. What I'll also do is I'm just going to stick an image, like, you know, sort of like a highlight bar. We'll just sort of say, like, you know, this would be the key area you want to hit the perfect reload with. And let's just make that a little bit less visible, just so it's a bit see-through. Cool. And like I said, I'm not going to be overly concerned with the aesthetics, but what we do know is we're going to want to sort of hit it around 0.3-ish for our perfect reload. And that's going to be the base of the event right there. But we will need to create a binding as well for this. And this is just going to be of type variable. So let's just promote this to a variable, which we'll call reload progress. And just by default, it'll have a default value of 0. So we can go back to our graph now, and this is where we're going to start building our actual event, which we're going to do with, I mean, you might want to you can set up inputs, and you'll probably actually have it on your controller, but for the sake of this test, I'm just going to set it up with the controls in the widget. So let's create ourselves a branch by holding B, or, you know, typing like if or something, and wire this up to attic, because we're going to want to look for an input, and we're going to use an is input key down. If it's not showing up, let's just turn off that context sensitive. There we go. Turn that back on. Might need that. And wire you into there. So I'm just going to do this on, I don't know, R for reload. And we're going to need to get player controller. Get player controller. So if R is pressed, we will start our reload process. And we only want to do it once. So let's just add ourselves a quick do once here. And off that do once, we want to essentially add a sequence. And that sequence is going to have a delay. So I'm using a lot of shortcuts here. Sorry, S left click and D left click. Because like I said, we don't want to be firing this off all the time. So let's just put ourselves a nice sort of, like, I don't know, just a 1 second thing on that. And this way we'll do it on a custom event. So let's just create ourselves a custom event over here, because we might need to speak to this from from our player and stuff. And we'll call this begin reload. Oops, I'll just put begin reload. You know what, it'll do. And let's call that custom event begin reload. Cool, there we go. And now we've got our begin reload event, and this is where I guess the main bulk of it's gonna go, really. So right, we've got our thing. Let's what do we want to do? Basically, we want to create a loop where we're going to get our progress, and we want to set our progress, and we kind of want it to loop this. And I'm not going to use like a for loop or a while loop, because we might need to break it. So let's just do 0.01, because it's going to be between 0 and 1. And let's put it on, and then essentially, like I say, because we want to loop it, let's get ourselves a little delay at the same time, 0.01, and we want another custom event called loop it. Why not? We'll call it loop it. And you know what? Let's put a branch here. So we're saying if loop it is true, then do loop it. So if loop it is true, then, do loop it. Otherwise, stop looping. Really, I guess is what we want to do. You know what, we're going to need to set up a break for this also. This might be getting a bit complicated, a bit messy, but hopefully it'll make sense once we've got it all together. So I'm just going to create another one and we'll promote this to variable and we'll just call this break it. This is, this will give us the option to, if we press the button, we might need to break it. So let's have that. But you know what? We need to check if the progress is going to be less than 1. So actually we'll just use this one here and let's get our progress again. Get progress. And we're going to say, are you equal to or less than 1? And if you are, continue. If you're not, don't do anything. Well, for now, let's just, we'll do a print string. And we'll say done. So we'll say that you're done. We'll just do a little delay again. And essentially, once we're done, we're going to need to reset the progress. So let's set it back to 0. So let's just check the logic on this. So when we begin reload, if reload is less than 1, then we're going to loop it. And we need to bring this loop it round. So we've got our break it, which I guess by default should be false. So when we loop it, if break it is false, then continue. And then we're going to ask this question. However, if it's true, then really what we want to do is let's just get another print string. And let's just see what our progress was when we stopped it, just to make sure it works. We're going to need to add an input for that. So let's just duplicate these guys. And on false, we're going to say, well, if you've not pressed R, have you pressed, I don't know, we'll say T. Let's just say T. Have you pressed T? Because if you've pressed T, then what you'll need to do essentially is break it. So let's grab a break it in and let's set break it to true. And we need to make sure that that's not always going to be set to true. So let's just put a little delay in there and say it's a false. Because obviously otherwise the reload system wouldn't work then. So let's give that a little test, shall we? So let's just quickly open the blueprint, run begin play, and event begin play. Let's create a widget. And let's add to viewport. And that widget is called, what do we call it? We called it active reload. Cool. And let's go back, and that widget should hopefully be there. So when we press R, right, that completes, is done. And then if we press T, it stops. Oop. Cool. Okay. I mean, we're going to need it to do more depending on what it ends on, but we kind of get the gist of that system there. So depending on how fast you want your reload system to work, that'd be just increasing the numbers or the delay. It'll basically be even faster, like the smaller the number and stuff. I'm not gonna worry too much about that for now, but let's actually do the checking system. All right, so once we break it, we want to basically get the current value of this and base it on a check. So let's get ourselves another branch. And essentially what we want to say is, really we kind of want to say if it's greater than or less than. Let's just have a quick look. So really if it's going to be greater than 0.27, less than 4.1. So are you greater than 0.27? And I usually use 2 ampersands here. Oops, 1 ampersand will do it. Are you less than, what did I say, 0.41, I think I said. So are you less than, we'll just call it 0.41. And then if that's true, then, you know, that'll be our positive reload. So, you know, we can just sort of, we'll just do another print string for now because there's not a reload system set up in the game. So let's say, yay, perfect. And then we'll just do a little delay. And we'll set our progress back down to 0. Whereas, you know, we might also need to say, you know, is it, let's just do another branch and we'll say, are you greater than 0.42? Or well, 0.41? Because this will be too bad, you failed. Print string, we'll just say too late. And you could, so you sort of see the system of like how this is essentially going to work. You know, we'll just have lots of sort of branches, like if it's less than this, and you know, based on like the results that you want. So let's see if this works. So we press R. Oh, it was too late. Oh, yay, perfect. Yay, perfect. Yay, perfect. This is too easy. Yeah, too late. Oh, nothing. Cool. And like I say, you kind of see how that system works. You know, we just need basically, you know, let's just duplicate these, why not? And then we'll go, are you just less than 0.27? And then this time it's be too early. And then don't forget to, we need to reset our progress. And let's test that. And I think, oops, I think that will essentially do it. I think that's the whole reload system. So we run around. Okay, we're out of bullets. Need to reload. Oh, perfect. Yay. Oh, too early. Oh, too late. Yay. Cool. And then we can continue shooting. There you go. So that is your perfect active reload system. Hope you found that useful. If you have, please, as always, you know, drop a comment on our channel, share what